And we're back.
What's going on, dudes? We are here to analyze and antagonize.
And I'm almost done the first beer.
He's almost got through that beer. I'm halfway through. But I want to point out before we get going, the gold balls, baby. Thanks to Horns Wife Christina. Got some gold balls going on this year. She just painted up last year's. A couple other ones. I don't have room for all the ones I actually own on this table. I got a freaking ton of them. But there's 3 right here, so I was going to point them out. That's my last year's. That's my the year before. And that's like 2010. Yeah. And I got like 6 between those 2.
Guys.
So come get me, baby. Come get me.
The league started in 2008. He has 6 championships. Please actually make an effort so he doesn't win another one. Please.
I'm running out of space, guys. I'm running out of space for these balls. I'm the only other dude that
has multiple championships in this league. I'm trying. I can't. He's tripled me over now. He has 6. I have 2. I can't stand for that. I'm going to try my damnedest to make sure he doesn't get another one. I won 3 in the worst way, and I want to surpass him in the worst way. But until that happens, I need you guys to actually make an effort so he doesn't.
He's public service announcement
so he doesn't
for more. Anyways, so we'll get going now that you guys realize that I dominate you all the time. So, round 1, Cole Gang.
I can tell you, he's not losing any sleep. He goes to sleep at night, falls right asleep, because he's not worried about any single one of you.
Oh, man. That's rough.
It's the truth.
Nah, there's good managers in this league, man. What do you say?
There's good managers. You're not worried about any of them?
We'll see. All right, so Cole Gang leading off. We said he kept Xander Bogaerts in round 2 and Kyle Hendricks in round 9. So who could he have kept? Could have kept Moustakas in round 6. I see why you didn't. Could have kept Yelich in round 1. I see why you didn't. George Springer in round 3. That was a little questionable for me. I think I might have considered that dude over top of Xander, but I don't think it's a wash or anything.
I would have kept Bogaerts and freaking Springer instead of Hendricks.
You would have? Yeah, Hendricks? I don't know, man. We were talking about that a little.
People love that guy, but I don't see it.
If, like you were saying about the qualities and the ability to go deep, like, he's got to be freaking.
Well, I mean, the reason why people like him is because it's a little bit of reliability. There's no sexiness, just reliability.
Oh, yeah. No sexiness at all. Absolutely not.
Dude has no sex appeal.
He's a nice sex appeal, kind of like me. But, freaking.
Well, at least you shaved this time.
At least I shaved. Yeah. But he has Rosario in round 7. Rosario ranks real well in our league. He puts up good stats. Our league likes him. I kind of like that. Rosario. Eddie Rosario.
Oh, yeah.
He's back in the middle of the Cleveland lineup now. Cruz in round 5. Nice pick there, too. He has Evaldi at 21, Barrios round 4, Lance McCullers 12. A lot of people like Lance McCullers for various reasons, but
round
I don't know
4
that I would keep 12. No, Barrios was 4.
Oh, okay.
Kenley Jansen in round 5.
Nope.
And Hendricks. Yeah, that. So I mean, I don't feel like this was like a blatant like you suck. This could have been better for me. I think it was pretty darn good. Like Horn said, I think I get the Hendricks pick, especially if you're trying to get a pitcher and a hitter. And I do think that Hendricks is solid, especially this year with the dudes not getting a lot of innings and whatnot. I do like Springer a lot, too. Pick 3, I think that would have been nice. And Rosario, I think, would have paid pretty good dividends as well. But anyways, next. Number 2, Bears and Squirrels, formerly freaking Conrad's team. What was his team?
Super Aguri.
Super Aguri. Yeah, Super Aguri.
I never understood what that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
If anyone knows what that is, please let me know.
Yeah, let us know. The jury's out. Super Aguri.
It's a mystery, just like Conrad. Just so you guys know, we tried to contact this dude.
Oh, dude.
A dozen
times.
8 different times. No response.
Since last season. Like,
Tug him on the message board. He never responded to anything. So, he's not back.
Dug a message. You texted him. I was messaging him several times. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, he just fell face of the earth. Anyway, so now it's Bill Carroll's team. Bill, I think you did pretty good with your selections here. But, man, was this team loaded with keeper options. He's keeping Alonso in round 19 and Kyle Tucker in round
12.
12, which a lot of people think that Kyle Tucker's like a bona fide top 50 pick. And he even has a little OVP upside and okay K rates. Like, he fits our league pretty decently on paper. But anyway, those two. Other than that, he could have.
Is he in the mix to possibly lead off?
Yes.
Because I heard
I think he's more middle. I think he's more middle though.
Astros don't have a clear cut guy. They might do Altuve. They might do Correa. They might do
Correa would be dumb.
No, I know Correa would be dumb, but I've actually heard that they might do Correa. He's actually bumping up some draft boards because
of the leadoff potential.
Hearsay of leadoff John.
Yeah. Yep. Kyle Tucker, he had round 12. Man, I really like that. He had Solak in round 19. A lot of people like Solak. Solak has a lot of abilities.
A lot of people do, and a lot of people can.
Yeah. B. Lowe, Brandon Lowe, first, second outfield eligibility in round 16. Like that a lot. I would have had a hard time passing that up. I don't think I would have passed it up for what you took, but I don't think I would have taken him over what you took, but I think that would have been a nice keep too. Jordan Alvarez was the dude that was kept last year by Uguri, and he got him in the last round.
He played 2 games last year.
Played 2 games. And he has bum knees, but he looks good.
2 bum knees.
2 bum knees.
He's
yeah,
what,
not
23,
just
24, and 2 bum knees. Terrible.
Yep. So that's scary. So yeah,
a lot of the podcasts I listen to, they think that he's going to be a swingman. He's going to be one of those guys that you get at a discount because everyone's scared of the injury. And then if he does play and does hit, he's going to be the guy that's, when you look at all the winning teams.
He's a league winner.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those league winner type guys where, like, oh, he came through. He was great. And then next year his pre-rank's going to be skyrocket. He's going to stink, and he's going to tank everyone.
Yeah. League winner possibilities. All those guys with the big swings and the riskiness can do that. Last year, Uguri loaded up on pitching. He had Cole, Nola, Morton right off the top, and then Bauer in round 4. Bauer out of that group was the only one I think I would have considered keeping in round 4.
4.
And then he had Woodruff actually in round 5. Right
Who is this? This is Alonso.
This is Uguri.
Yeah.
This is Bears and Squirrels now.
Yeah.
Woodruff in round 5 is nice too. Will Smith in round 9 who should get some saves. But
He's not worth keeping.
That was it. Yeah, no, man. But man, I didn't realize he was holding such a lion's share of the pitching. That pitching stat put up the best pitching stats anybody's ever put up last season.
Did it?
In our league, yeah. I mean,
condensed sample size.
Yeah, condensed with the asterisk, but still. But anyway, I would have thought about Woodruff and Bauer, but not over this guy. Man, that was a good set of keepers. Next.
Yeah, let's go.
Other guys.
Let's go.
Those guys. Those freaking guys. The other guys. Making me redo all my boards after.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Yeah.
Dude, Christina and I watched the movie the other guys. We were cracking up with that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Marcell Ozuna, round 6. Jeff McNeil in round 23.
And you're welcome. I actually advocated for the switch.
Yeah, I did not. I was not a guy in favor, but apparently everybody else was. So that's cool. You got what you wanted.
I'm not sure if McNeil is affected like some of the other guys are affected, but like Yahoo is using the 2019 eligibilities for these positions and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's a guy that plays a bunch of them. He would have had that anyway, right?
Probably. Maybe. Did he play first?
I don't know.
He might have with the... no, not with Dom Smith and... No, he probably didn't play any first. So I think he has what he would have had.
So if he's 2019, that would have been pre-Dom Smith. He might have first.
That's true. Maybe.
I didn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't have first. No, I can tell you that he does not have first.
Okay.
Yeah, he does not have first.
But yeah, McNeil. Some of these guys, like one of my keepers, has a position that he definitely didn't play last year because they're using 2019.
Yeah,
it's gonna help me out. I think flexibility wise, this year flexibility wise, it should be good in Yahoo.
Yeah, you shouldn't be screwed by anything. So anyway, McNeil. He could have kept Vlad Guerrero in round 3. They could have kept Torres in round 2. I think they were good to stay out there. Joey Gallo in round 5. They could have locked Soto in at round 1, pick 10. Although I guess there's a pretty good chance they would be. I wouldn't have done that either because
I actually thought before I saw your keepers, I thought that you would keep Soto at 10. I really did.
Interesting.
I predicted
even with
that.
the second overall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you made the right choice there. The guy that we argued over briefly was Devin Williams. You kept him initially. You were going to keep him initially. You would have got him in the last round. Probably a top 3 holds guy, at least. Maybe some saves in there if something happens to Haterade. You got Tyler Mahle last round if you wanted him. Kushel in round 13.
Mahle's decent, but you have better options. You were good not to go with him.
Yeah, Eflin, round 23. I think I would have probably taking Eflin over Molly in that circumstance.
I saw a lot of Phillies fans yesterday advocating for the Phillies to sign Eflin long term after yesterday's outing. They think that he's going to be good this year.
But he sucks against left-handers. He's really horrible against the one-handed. One of the hands, I think it's the lefties.
One of those hands.
But he's good. He's definitely on the rise. Benintendi could have kept it around 5. Solar in round 12. With those guys on the table, I think he made the right choice. I really wouldn't have thought that Williams would have been that much different than McNeil there. To me, I actually like the Williams pick more than the McNeil pick, I think. The reason I would say that is just because I think that those dynamite relievers are really good, especially when you can get them for next to nothing. And I also think that McNeil's going to be overvalued because I think he's going to fall into like the 6th slot or the 5th slot. If he gets in the first 2 slots, then I think it makes a lot of sense.
Injuries, though, Mets have injury-riddled players. He could easily find himself back at the top of the line. Nimmo.
I can't dog you on this one, though. It's not brutal.
Nimmo's good, but he's going to be hurt. And then when he's hurt, McNeil will be up there.
Yes. Nimmo and then you're talking about Lindor now. Yeah. Yeah, Nimmo is set to lead off, I'm pretty sure.
I think I told you this, but man, I've been listening to podcasts galore, and I've heard so little Mets analysis. I really have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I thought that they were going to be the talk of the town, but I've heard almost next to nothing about Mets, like their acquisitions and all this stuff, like how they affect their lineup.
The Nimmo thing of him leading off has been not talked about at all.
No.
Like, you can't, I definitely haven't seen that anywhere, and it's like, that makes him really valuable, man. That's big time. And it's not a horrible idea on their part either. He has an OBP around 400.
Well, that's the reason.
Yeah, I know. It's actually intelligent baseball for once.
Not from the Mets. They don't do that thing. Sorry, Bill. Do we have any Mets fans in here? I don't think so. In the auction league I'm running, we have a few Mets fans. Bill's one of those guys.
What am I looking for here?
Black Caesar, number 4.
Black Caesar.
Next, Black Caesar.
Black Caesar. What team was he? He was bang on trash can. There he is. Black Caesar. They're keeping Jesus Luzardo and Sixto Sanchez going heavy on the pitching. Pitching.
Round 11 and 22 or 11 and 22 respectively.
What do we feel about this? Horn, early thoughts.
I think both those guys are definitely going to be well drafted ahead of those picks. I mean, in that sense, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally pitching this year, I think I'm not scared of the limited innings thing, like a lot of people are saying about these guys aren't going to go too many innings because last year they didn't throw too many. Injury-riddled guys are going to be held back. Like, it's just going to be, you want the best innings possible. If they get hurt, they get hurt. Try and get another arm and try and rock as many good innings as possible. So, Luzardo and Sanchez, I like it. I don't know who their hitters were that they could have possibly kept, but...
Well, we'll get to that. Yeah, I mean, going back to what he said there, the innings is going to be, people think it'll be a bigger issue.
Well, Sixto Sanchez, actually, it's already been announced that he's going to be in limited innings. Like,
max, because he's young.
Max 140, 150.
Luzardo has injury issues, too, I would imagine. But he's still young.
I don't think it's been announced.
Yeah, but I think that it could happen.
But some of these teams are going to do faux 6-man rotations.
Yeah.
Like, some of them aren't going to announce it, but they're going to, like, actually play it to where at the end of the season, it'll look like they had a 6-man rotation innings-wise.
I will say this is a freaking pointer number 1 here, gentlemen. Don't get hung up on qualities. You might agree with me. You might not agree with me. This league cares more about the good inning by inning, the reliever that gets you 2 outs, the middle reliever that gets you 3 innings and 6 strikeouts, good ratios. Worry about that kind of stuff. The qualities, the guy who wins qualities doesn't usually win the league. It's not a stat that you need to get fixated on. The same way I would say the same thing about SBs. Now, am I saying ignore them? No, but I'm not. But I'm saying don't lock down on I gotta get a dude that gets qualities all the time. Don't be afraid to only get qualities sometimes. I mean, I would never advocate to punt any category, but don't lock down on qualities.
I can tell you, this only happened, I think, one time where somebody won, getting a 1 in a category. I think that was Darko.
And yes, and it happened when the innings weren't capped. He went nuts on the innings, and then he gave a bunch of homers or something, because he had so many innings.
It was either hitter strikeouts or home runs allowed. I forget which.
I think it might have been both. He
didn't win the league getting a 1 in 2 categories.
I don't know. Well, because then he had a ton of hitting or pitching strikeouts because he had so many innings. I don't remember, but that was a new or different league setup, so it's not necessarily applicable. But anyway, going back to these dudes, who they could have kept. They could have kept Keston Hiura in the last round. That was what their keeper. That team's keeper was
A lot
last
of people
year.
think he's going to bounce back this year. I mean, there's so much speculation about what happened last year. If the short season, the COVID-riddled season, like affected these dudes, a lot of people think that a lot of the bad performances were affected by that. I get that. He's one of them. They're thinking like, okay, full season. They played last year. They experienced that. He's one of the guys that could bounce back. Obviously, Brewers, hitter-friendly field.
Love the Brewers this year.
Yeah, a lot of people are digging some Brewers. So a lot of people are thinking bounce back with him. So I would understand if they kept him with that tag.
Absolutely. He would have been a keeper for me on this team. Jose Ramirez, they had him in round 1. I can see why he'll probably be there in round 1 where they're picking.
Where are they picking?
4th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Javier Baez, they could have picked him in round 2. Yeah. Another note,
I don't
Baez.
know.
He's questionable in our league, guys.
I think I'm just biased against Cubs at this point.
He strikes at it too much. He swings at everything.
I know that's not real logical analysis, but the Cubs have underwhelmed since every year since that World Series year.
What do you think about Ian Happ in round 18?
It's interesting.
It's
A lot of people
quite
like
interesting.
Ian Happ.
This guy.
If he leads off like they're speculating,
Yeah.
and he does what they think he could do, he's going to be a fantasy asset.
Yes, and
He could be one of the league winner guys. We
abilities.
talked about Jordan Alvarez, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
League
To me-
winner potential.
to me, I don't know. It's not a guy I'm targeting.
Schwarber now playing for the Nats in round 9 if they wanted him. AJ Pollock for
And
free.
apparently Schwarber's in good shape. He's going to be an everyday player.
Yeah, I like that the Nats got him. I think that made sense. David Dahl round 8. David Dahl.
Avoid.
Aaron Judge in round 5.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Round 5. Was he hurt going in the last
Oh
draft?
yeah.
He had to have been.
He was always.
I'll tell you what, man. Those Yankee dudes, Judge and Stanton, they're so freaking intriguing to me.
Well,
God, they're so intriguing.
I like
well, in
Judge
this
more.
league with the OBP
Yeah,
Judge,
Judge is
oh my God.
he's an OBP beast.
Man, I want that guy. But I'm not going to pay up for him. So
But I pay round 6
someone
for him.
else is going to get him.
I get him in round 6 if he's there.
What? Dude, he got him around 5? Round 5 is a bargain for
Or
that.
is it? Yeah, round 5. Yeah, you're right, round 5. Pick 12. And then other dudes that even we're having a conversation about.
He's going to go in the top 3 rounds.
Oh, I think you're right, yeah. But that's it. Other than that, he could have kept Steven Matz. not even in the last round.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyways.
Steven Matz.
Hey,
Why is he even,
aren't they
you should
big Mets
have
guys?
included him.
Aren't
Matz isn't on the
no,
Mets.
Doug and Liddy, aren't they Mets?
They are Mets.
Yeah, they're Mets.
Well, yes, they
yeah,
are.
they're Mets.
Doug is a Braves fan, Orioles fan, and a Mets fan. Lydia is a Mets fan.
Yeah. So they got they're another Mets person.
David,
Mets people.
That's David Wright's wife from way back.
Oh yeah, David Wright's boy. That's right.
She had her own team at one
That's-
point,
that's
but then they
going
decided
back
to
in the
combine
old
their powers.
archives. They combined their powers combined.
Yeah, they finished 9th.
by their powers combined.
I'm expecting big things from you guys. I'm not trying to talk down. I'm expecting big things.
Cool. All right. So next, this is your batch, buddy.
No, you get Bravio shit.
I do. Oh yeah, I do. Bravios. Keeping Corey Siegs in round 8, and you Darvishian in round 4. That's pretty good keeps, buddy. I don't know who you could have kept. Let me look.
Well, Seager in round 8 is, like, you're going to get super big profit because he's going to go in the first 2 rounds, I think.
I think so too.
Like, I'm not sure where he's pre-ranked, but it says right
I
here.
can tell you.
Pre-ranked 41.
Yeah, that's deeper than I would have thought.
I think he'll actually get updrafted. He will go in the top 32 picks.
He would have. Yeah, he would have. But so, yeah, he could have kept Abreu in round 5. First base isn't as deep as one thinks. I think that wouldn't have been a horrible idea.
It would have been, but I feel like there's dudes with multi-eligibility that can slot in at first. You can cover first if you need to.
Ozzy in round 2, which is his guy. I mean, where his picks slot, Ozzy will probably be around there. At least, obviously in the first round.
A lot of people like that guy, but not because of him. It's because of who he's playing around. Hitting in between Acuna and Freeman.
Yeah.
I've actually heard
He's
that is the
700 at
best
bats,
position in baseball. That's the best batting slot in baseball.
For
Hitting in between Acuna
production.
and Freeman. Whoever's there. If it's Albies, yes. If it's someone else, yes.
Well, is there anybody else that could even take it? Swanson. Maybe Swanson. But I don't think.
For them.
Yeah, for them. But that would require an injury, I think. I don't see that happening automatically. Yohan Moncada in round 11. I think he kept him before. Oh, dude, he's intriguing,
I
dude.
don't like him.
He's intriguing.
Dude,
He had COVID last year.
Doug and Lydia
washed
would know if you want to win hitter strikeouts for the most strikeouts in your league, you get Yohan Moncada. And you get the Chris Davises of the world, both of them.
I would tell Yo Moncada though. I don't think it's as bad as it was when they had him. He's made progress a little bit on that.
A little bit.
And he does have
Not
the
enough.
OBP. He has good OBP. Marte around 3, not a horrible pick, but that's not a league winner if he kept that.
No, Marte. I'll tell you what, that guy's overrated. He really is.
Oh man, I like him in round 3, but I wouldn't keep him.
Round 3
in
of a 16-team league is decent, but man, I'll tell you
Oh
what.
yeah.
He's overrated.
So this is one I was surprised about a little. He didn't keep Ian Anderson at the end. He could have kept.
Which
Ian.
round? 23.
Yeah, 23. Ian
Ooh.
Anderson. Yeah.
This is Bravio's.
Bravio's let a
He
Bravio.
kept Darvish. Well, Darvish round 4. He's gonna go in round 1.
He passed up a freaking. He passed up Ian Anderson in the keeper league we're in too. I mean, we didn't have anything to trade.
it was a
easily.
trade.
Yeah, it would have been a trade there, but yeah, I don't know. The Braves guy.
Well, in that
questionable
league,
on
he has
Ian
every
Anderson.
other Braves pitcher except for Anderson.
You're right. I think he does. Well, yeah, like who's the other guy? Odorizzi, I think, is the other pitcher there now.
No, he's
Or
in Houston.
not Odorizzi, the other guy. Smiley. I get those two are like the same guy to me.
Really?
Yeah, like because they're like journeymen and they pop up and they do good and then they go away and nobody cares to keep them.
Smiley definitely has a bigger K rate.
He definitely has a good K rate. Odorizzi doesn't have a bad one though. But anyways, now it's you. Moving into
Suter McGavin.
Suter McGavin.
It's this guy.
This is like the 25th anniversary of Happy Gilmore, I think. So that's why I went Happy Gilmore themed team names this year.
Yeah. But how many teams do you have? How many leagues you playing?
I got 4. Yeah, 4 leagues.
Dynasty, Yahoo.
Dynasty, Yahoo,
The auction league I'm running.
your auction league, and
the
this-
money league.
the money crazy league that Travis Fisher's in and Mealy's in, and that league's hard.
Is Uncle in now?
No, Uncle A's on that one.
Anyway, Suter McGavin. That's Righam's team. He kept Freeman in round 2, Corbin Burns in round 21. I know for a fact because we've talked about this many times throughout the past couple months. He toggled heavily with keeping Mookie Betts in the first round, but he didn't make his final decision until he found out where his draft selection was. Looks like he could
If
have.
I'd have went deeper, I probably would have kept Betts. If it would have been like 15 round pick, or 15 overall, I mean, yeah.
How did you end up
Betts
with
is really
Syndergaard?
Oh, he was on free agent at the end. I just let him on there to see if things changed.
Couple interesting names here. Jared Kalenic, he's one of the
Oh, yeah.
prospect deuce in the Mariners. He would have been able to keep him in the last round if he wanted. Julio Rodriguez, he's not going to play
He'll
this
get
year,
drafted
probably.
this year.
You think Rodriguez plays? Or Kalenic?
Kelenic will get drafted.
Yeah.
Rodriguez, I think, is a long
Yeah,
shot.
he's not going to play this
Yeah,
year.
probably not.
But those dudes would have been last round keeps. Luis Patino now at the Rays would have been a last round keep. He's, I don't know, if he could possibly break in as a starter, but with the Rays, those dudes like to do the opening starters, so
Yeah.
he'd be more of an opener as opposed to a starter. The Nelson Lamet, one of your stalwarts from last year, would have
Oh,
been a last
man.
round keep, but obviously elbow
God.
issues.
Do you ever remember a dude in fantasy that went from like so much hype or so much ability the one year to like fall off a cliff the next year with no actual like hardcore like he's not going to be good for sure, like they're because he doesn't have that. He
Dude was
doesn't have
hurt.
it.
He got hurt in the playoffs last year. Didn't get surgery. Could have potentially had Tommy John. Is throwing.
Yeah, throwing fine.
But it's kind of like Masahiro Tanaka, and that affected him. Like
Not that much.
No, draft-wise.
Yeah.
In fantasy. That affected Tanaka in fantasy. People were scared to draft him. It's the same thing. I understand it.
It's crazy, dude. Where do you think he ends up with getting drafted? 5th round? If it's 5th round, like
I think he's
Early?
pretty... I want to say he's pretty much in the top 120.
what says it?
Where is he at? You talk about
No, right there.
Lamet. Pretty much to 104, yeah. So he's
Okay,
pretty much to
104.
120. That's too high.
That's too high,
That's scary.
dude. That's
What-
like round 10.
He could pitch 2 games and be out for the season.
So what?
That's
He
not round 10. Not in a 16-team league.
what 104.
Yeah.
That's like round 8. That's still
7
man.
or 8.
If he's there at that pick, he's coming to me. I'll draft
You
him all
can
day,
have him.
all
You can
day
have him for
long,
2 starts.
all day long.
But yeah, that's like I said. Betts was where he's toggling. Tim Anderson round 6. That jumps off the page to me.
I thought about Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson jumps off the page. Mike Myers, he's a rookie prospect guy for the Angels. He would have been a last round keeper. Tristan McKenzie, Jordan Hicks, also last round keepers. I think Hicks might be a closer.
I think they're
He's
leaning towards him.
He's the front runner, but it hasn't been decided yet. I think a lot of these managers aren't going to decide.
He's all right.
But
He
I
doesn't
mean,
have a lot of
overall,
deception.
I don't see why you would have selected anyone else. The Corbin Burns thing, 21. He's pre-ranked 62. Yeah, that pretty much sealed it.
Labatt was the only other one that for obvious reasons. Labatt was like a top 5 pitcher last year. He was ridiculous.
But anyway, next team name.
Team name.
I gotta say, before I even read these names here, I know you already read them in the previous video, but I looked at the sheet and I predicted this keeper. This is pretty straightforward. Mike Trout round 1, Lance Lynn round 23. Lance Lynn is going as a top 10 pitcher, a top 15 pitcher.
Yeah.
And Trout is Trout. Trout is going to be legit no matter what. I mean, I can't imagine Trout.
Lynn's pre-ranked at 71. So, 5th round.
That's a top 15 pitcher. Starter pitcher.
Yeah, top
So,
15.
I mean,
Definitely top 15.
Did he? He doesn't have Yelich.
He does not have Yelich.
He had the
Yelich
previous
was
year.
drafted
He
as-
could have kept Trout and Yelich
Yelich
the
was
previous year.
First overall.
Last year.
Last year or second. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I know. Acuna was first overall, and then it was Yelich. He didn't have Yelich.
But anyway, I predicted this. This is a
Because he
shoe.
kept Trout. He wouldn't
I
have
mean,
a
this
pitcher
isn't
anyway.
even a debate. Like if you look at his team and the values that were there, like it's a cinch. Trout, Lynn. A lot of people think that Lynn, like a lot of these like veterans, are going to get innings. They're not going to shy away from just throwing him. Like these guys at the end of their rope, like Charlie Morton. Like a lot of people are drafting him this year because if he gets hurt, it's no big deal. Like they're not going to worry about innings with Charlie Morton and Scherzer and these guys because they've proven they can do it for years and years and years. Lance Lynn is one of those guys, and team name's going to benefit from it. I gotta say, next, Bronny P.E.D. Strong, Joe Mealy.
He didn't look at who else he could have had, man.
It didn't matter.
It don't even matter to
It
you.
was literally just cut and dry. Those two.
Don't go on yet. I got to look. I
It
think
was,
he had a couple.
it was cut and
dudes.
dry.
He had a
It
couple
was
of dudes
cut
that
and
were
dry.
interesting to me. A lot of people like Biggio. He had him in round 9.
That's still.
At round 9. Lord Discoriel Jr. in round 16.
He could get Biggio in round 9 again.
No, heck no.
He could.
Half that.
A lot of people like Biggio, but the thing is with Biggio, in an OBP league, he gets a bump. We're in an OBP league. But the draft or the lineup slot might not be there. If he's hitting 6 or 7, it's not going to be as great as advertised.
There ain't nobody else we're talking about. Other than you.
Told you! Open and drop. Open
Other
and
than
shut.
that guy.
Open and shut. Anyway, next, Bronny P.E.D. Strong. Realmuto on the 4th, DeGrom on the 2nd. I gotta say, last time I looked at the list, predicting who would be kept and who wouldn't be kept, DeGrom was a cinch in the 2nd round. I thought you might keep Harper in the 1st round. You didn't. You kept Realmuto in the 4th.
Amelia talked to me about keeping Harper too. I was surprised when you switched out. I can't say I agree with that one, man. I know you got your reasons. Woo! Harper's a tough keep for me just because any first round pick's a tough keep for me personally. But man, going to Realmuto might be coming in a little injured. They don't have the DH to throw him in. Definitely is supposed to get more innings than most catchers, but whew.
I gotta say, there's a lot here that you have last round value tied to, but not those guys. Tariq Skubal, maybe.
Yeah.
But a lot of the guys that you passed up
We use
aren't
Mize
that
too,
great.
don't we?
Mize at 17, he's
Yeah.
going to get lit. He got lit yesterday. Gave him a grand slam to DD Gregorius.
It seems like
2 days
most
ago.
of the prospect people are leaning more towards Skubal and the other guy, Manning.
Well, of the 3, Skubal, Manning, and Mize, Manning's going to be the last one up.
And they think he's the best.
I do think that he has the most upside, but these other guys are going to get more innings, more opportunities to start. It depends how the rotation shakes out. I was just actually talking to Leo about this yesterday. I think they have a scenario where there's 4 starters and then 1 spot for a prospect, which will be Mize. Or no, it will be Skubal, if they do that.
They have 4 non-Mize Skubal
Correct.
dudes to throw?
But if they decide to
What
not
bother?
do that and they want to get both those young guys in, it'd be 3 of those dudes, Mize and Skubal with Manning in the minors, and then Manning possibly coming up when there's an injury.
Who's the dude that was great and then sucked horribly?
Boyd,
Yeah, Boyd. And then they got Turnbull.
Turnbull,
And who else?
Fulmer,
Oh, yeah, Fulmer.
and there's another one. There's another dude.
one?
Yeah, there's another guy.
Ew.
That's a starter.
Zimmerman. No,
it's
he's
not
gone.
Zimmerman.
Yeah, he's
Zimmerman's
gone.
But yeah, there's a scenario where it could be 2 of the 3 prospects up, or 1 of the 3 prospects to start the season.
I mean, why wouldn't they do that? They freaking
It's the
load up on the
Tigers.
prospects.
It's the Tigers. But anyway, back to Mealy's team.
Yeah.
These guys, there's only one here that I see that I think that maybe you should have considered, and that is Devers in the 7th round.
He kept him last year. That's how he's so low.
Other than that, I don't know. To me, a catcher at 4 is very, very high. I don't know if I agree with it. I know that everyone likes to run their team the way they like to run their team. Karinchak in the 19th is what Rig is pointing at. I saw that too. But Rig
he was weighing him a little.
He's not guaranteed a closer spot. And I was actually talking to Rig about this yesterday. Like the Indians, the back end of their bullpen, because they're trying to play the arbitration game, they're not going to give these guys save opportunities.
That's hardcore. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's that hardcore.
I think he's the best. I think he will be the guy. I think he should be the guy people draft thinking he'll get saves. I'm not saying anything anyone doesn't know by saying that. But the Indians do Indians type things, and Brian will tell you because he's an Indians fan. Anyway, next to Shanky.
Oh man, you get this one.
Non-Corey Shanky.
You get the Shanky, the new Shanky. Hey, get talking a while, I'll get you.
That's funny. But anyway, Shanky, yeah. I gotta say, when I saw the keepers this morning, Rig emailed me the keepers this morning so I get the preview briefly. I was dealing with a lot of sleepovers last night. My daughter slept over someone's house. We had someone here sleeping over, so I was running around all morning. So briefly got to look at the list. And Matt Olson in the 4th round jumped out at me as like probably one of the top 3 that I just didn't agree with. Wholeheartedly didn't agree with.
Bashing the new guy.
It's just literally...
B. Fox.
But the Shanky squad is a Shanky
The Shanky
squad.
squad
And the
is
Shanky
rough.
squad typically stinks to high heaven. So, who else do we got here? You were talking about Will Smith in the other video.
Yeah, Will Smith, I mean, around 22. I would have taken Will Smith over Matt Olson in round 4.
You got Mark Cannon here in round 11. I actually heard yesterday that he actually could be in the mix to lead off for the A's.
Or, well, if that's true, well, he was going to be in the 2-hole too. Like,
Yeah, so
looking at
lead
him
off
1 or
for
2.
2-hole. Canna, great. Keeper-wise for that value. Me, personally, I am not on the Kenley Jansen train. You had a chance to click Blake Treinen in round 14. I think he's going to be the guy. And I think he'll be the guy relatively soon. I really do.
Round 14, though, for a reliever that no closing guarantee, and not like an insane reliever like a.
Well, I
Devin
like
Williams.
that value more than Olsen value.
Oh, I agree with that.
Odorizzi, no.
To me,
Odorizzi was kept into last year. I don't know why. Odorizzi in
To me,
the
it
last
was
round
this guy
stinks.
all day long.
Gregorius?
No.
Oh, Suarez.
Yeah.
Round 7 Suarez. He's going to
Round
be
7
good.
Suarez.
I mean, going into last season, he was projected to... I mean, he was potentially a 50-homer bat.
Yeah.
Then they had a short season. Didn't do 50 home runs, obviously. Who did?
That guy's 35 easy in the bank, and like upside of 45. And
The
the Reds
Reds-
is gonna be good.
The Reds offense and Reds pitching staff last year, a lot of people were on that train, and then guess what? The Reds offense literally was the worst offense in the league. Everyone
Derailed.
underperformed. There was a couple guys that got hot for a few weeks. Winker, one of them. I think Suarez, one of them.
Winker.
But all those dudes underperformed. Moustakis, all the guys you thought would do something, didn't.
Well, you were on the Shohei Agamia.
Akiyama.
Yeah, Akiyama.
Now Akiyama's probably a 4th outfielder.
Yeah,
He's probably never
even
going to be the guy. Senzel's going to start
They
the
love
center.
freaking racking up the outfielders, man, in the Reds.
But I do
organization.
like the Sonny Gray in the 6th. And there's some
Yeah, it's
other
not
guys.
bad.
Other guys here that you could have potentially taken. Altuve in the 2nd, no. That's too much for him at this point. He's got leg injuries and he might not be leading off. Corbin in 3, no.
A lot
Gonzalez.
of people like Marco Gonzalez this year. Round 17.
Marco Gonzalez is kind of like
Kyle Hendricks.
sexier Kyle Hendricks.
Sexier? Come on.
I
Not
think
even.
so.
He's less sexy.
I think he might be a sexier
He's
Kyle
not even
Hendricks.
as sexy.
I think he's sexier.
No,
Even in Seattle, he's sexier.
No, sexy.
Instead of sleepless in Seattle, you got sexier in Seattle.
Yeah, sexy in Seattle. But yeah, that
But
was,
anyway,
that was
not
alright.
too much to go. Spencer Turnbull, round 20.
I think you blew it on Olsen, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But he's looking pretty good in spring.
There's some other guys here you could have kept that we would have equally been like, yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, you didn't
not,
have a lot.
Not
to
hitting a
work
home run, but again, you're working with a Shanky team.
You're working with a
Shanky team stink, and you did the best you could. Next, Aaron Harangutans. That's what? Funky.
Harangi. Yeah, yep.
Bo Bichette round 3. A lot of people like Bo Bichette. And I think, round 3 is between, pick 30? No.
32. It's above
From
32.
32 to 48?
33 to
33 to 48?
Something like that.
Yeah, he wouldn't have lasted that long. So, obviously, the upside is there. A lot of people like the Blue Jays lineup. He's going to be hitting the top of that lineup. And he's not going to be sitting for any Marcus Semien reasons or Kevin Biggio reasons.
Is he going to play every day, Marcus Semien?
I think the ideal Blue Jays lineup is Semien second, Bichette short, Biggio at third.
Okay.
And Biggio, of those two, isn't going to be at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, I know.
So, even though Biggio's the OBP guy, they're going to give all the other guys the opportunities.
Dude, where is he at? Can't find him.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
But pick 7, Luis Robert, White Sox outfielder, young outfielder. I got to say, I'm a little scared. He tanked hard in September. Real hard. I think the team that we just talked about, Shanky, had a chance to keep Kyle Lewis.
Yes, for free.
And those two were in the battle for Rookie of the Year, and both of them were trying to lose it as hard as they could. Kyle Lewis ended up winning, I think. Rookie of the Year. But it was only because he was slightly worse than Luis Robert was.
Yeah.
To me, like the White Sox, there's a lot of sexiness in the White Sox lineup. A lot of people are thinking they could be World Series bound. Luis Robert's not going to be the reason unless he stops striking out.
Well, that's the thing. Like, see, I feel like if you were banking on pure like potential upside, that's a dude with potential first or second round upside, just like Bichette.
I think Bichette's
the K
upside
rates
is
are
there.
He is. Well, he's demonstrated. The only difference I think is that he's demonstrated the ability to take a walk more so than Robert has at this point in his career.
But I think they're going to force feed Robert top of the lineup to start.
Yeah,
I think they're going to force feed it, and that bumps him up. And if
Robert's
he hits,
got some. Yeah,
if he hits and he goes, I mean, it's weird because Tim Anderson wasn't that guy for a long time, and he started hitting. It doesn't matter that he couldn't take a walk. He just hit.
Yeah, Robert is not that guy yet, though. He swings at too many bad
he's
pitches.
still probably a few years away from that, and that scares me. And fantasy-wise, there's probably someone else you probably could have kept. Harangutan, that was better. Well, he's got Semien, round 22.
Yeah, the round 22 Semien was nice. And that's what that team, that's what he kept last year, I think.
He's got Mackenzie Gore here, 14. That's
yeah,
probably,
you don't want that.
You didn't want that.
What's the Chapman?
Josh Bell, round 4, definitely don't want that. Tommy Edman, a lot of people were high on him last year. That's why he's round 6 tag on him.
Yeah, that's too much.
A lot of people are falling back on him, but I think you probably shouldn't because he's going to be leading off for the Cardinals, and he's like the under-the-radar guy.
But round 6? Yeah, I don't know.
He's an under-the-radar guy that's going to probably surprise. A lot of people like Franmil Reyes. I don't.
Marquez is good if they trade him out of Colorado quick. Round 11.
But yeah, it's tough to say.
There wasn't anything that was like, that's not egregious by any means what you did.
Alcantara around 13, he'll probably go about there.
He's pretty good.
Maybe not a little higher.
He'll go higher.
I'll tell you what, all the stuff I've listened to, all the mock drafts I've done, pitching has gotten pushed up the board further than you expect. Alcantara in the 13th, probably you would have had pick profit there, even though it's not necessarily projected here with the numbers that Rick printed out.
Yeah, another note, the keeper list this year, it was devoid of pitching, in my opinion.
Yeah, which is unlike
I was surprised about that.
This is the 4th year we've done keepers. I think the first year we did it was going into the 2018 season. And all the subsequent seasons, a lot of people took starting pitchers.
Yeah. I think a lot of the real higher end ones were on the same team. I think that might be why. Freaking Super Gurry had like 5 of them. So those guys would have theoretically been kept if they were on other teams, but yeah, like the pitching, the keeping of the pitching is really minimal.
Anyway, next, Wahoo Maniacs, that's all you.
Back to me, eh?
Yeah. Do you want a refill? Go get a refill.
Yeah, give me a refill.
Clark, I'm on to number 3.
I'm on my own here for this one, I guess, if he's piecing. Wahoo Maniacals. He kept Trent Grisham in round 23 and Zach Plesac in round 22. B-Horn, last year we dogged you because you kept a couple dudes that were higher up. You kept Machado in round 2 when I think last year we were expecting Machado to go in round 3 at least. And you kept Kershaw reasonably high too. and the pick profits weren't there. I think you might actually had negative pick profit last year. So I was like, dude, what were you thinking? To be fair, those guys actually had really good seasons, so it worked out for you. But this year you went the other way, and you went for the freaking pick profit guys, and I think you did great. I love Trent Grisham. I think he's gonna still lead off for that team most of the time.
He could platoon at the
He
top.
could platoon if he sucks.
And he's got a hamstring injury.
And he's got a hamstring.
A little dicey.
But he's the strong side platoon if he is the platoon.
Yeah.
He did that a little last year too, I think, and he still put up crazy good numbers.
But if he hits, he'll be there. If he doesn't, it's gonna get scary.
I mean, you're on a team there that's going for broke, man. So yeah, they can switch out quickly if something changes with his abilities. But freaking, that's a pretty good safe late pick. Plesac in round 22, one of your Indians guys, had a great season. I like him again. He's a very control command oriented dude. Gets Ks. Kyle Hendrixian. I don't know where he ranks on the sexiness scale for Horn, but they're
Kyle Hendricks.
But he's good. No, Plesac.
Oh, Plesac.
Yeah.
Well, I have to have faith because I had Plesac in the dynasty.
Yeah.
I was telling Brian, all the guys that he was texting me about yesterday, he's like, what about this guy? It's like, I have all these guys in the dynasty league. I've actually had to make decisions with these guys.
Yeah. You're right. He has almost all your roster. Yeah. Walsh, he could have kept in as a freebie, which I kind of like Walsh. He's gonna platoon with Pujols in the 2-hole.
First base, but also when it's not first base and DH, he's competing with Pujols and Ohtani.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's going to lose starts, and you could get him later.
He's not worth keeping for that reason, but he could be a league winner. Correct me. I think he's great.
A lot of people don't believe in.
I think he could be a league winner. Machacho, he could have kept in Deuce. We knew that. Raimel Tapia is an interesting dude. Could have kept him for free. I don't think he's keepable.
He's going to start leading off for the Rockies.
Yeah, he did. And he let off last year.
Be gone.
Eloy Jimenez, round 4. Is Eloy a bargain in round 4? Is Eloy a bargain in round 4 now?
A lot of people are thinking he's gonna hit.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's gonna be a 4-category contributor.
Yeah.
Well, in this league,
right?
Because he Ks a lot.
He doesn't K a ton. His K rate's not incredible, but his OBP's not good.
Yeah, OBP stinks, doesn't steal bases, so he's literally just a power threat.
Yeah.
An RBI threat.
Power RBI runs. So yeah, he loses a little bit in our league versus most leagues. Yeah. Yastrzemski, I think Yastrzemski was on his radar. He had a really good year last year, and he's free. But I get that. I'll tell you what. If there's a non-sexy guy that's decent, it's him, isn't it? Yastrzemski?
Well, both those outfielders in San Francisco, Dickerson,
they're all
and
right.
Yastrzemski,
They're all right.
That could be the team.
That could be the team.
We were talking about what's the team, because we referenced this in previous videos doing these keeper reveals. Like, what's the team that players are gonna?
I can't go to the team.
Managers are gonna have from this team that's gonna explode. I think 2 years ago I said it'd be the A's, and it was the A's. Last year we said it'd be the Twins.
You said the Reds too. I think Reds.
I think in a conversation between us on the video we talked about the
Twins.
A's and the Twins in the subsequent 2 years, but this year could be the Giants. Who knows?
Oof. Yeah, I don't know. But Yastrzemski, if it is, I think Yastrzemski could be that guy. Kershaw, round 5, pick 9.
Could be Diamondbacks too. Diamondbacks are weird.
There's not a lot there.
But that's the thing. Like, it's gonna be these dudes that surprise.
Yeah, Kershaw, round 5. If pitching is as sought after as people think, that's a nice pick too there. John Means, round 20. Yeah, I like it. I don't hate it.
You can draft him there.
John Means around 20. Blake Snell in round 3, pick 9. Yeah, Hoskins in round 6.
That's decent.
Yeah.
He's actually an OBP guy.
Yeah, he is.
I was down on him the past 2 seasons, but
I know.
I think he's starting to climb back up draft board.
Fry was surprised at how what he got out of Diaz last year. Yandy Diaz. That's a round 18 pick.
Good player.
He did all right. But yeah, I think I'm very impressed, Brian. I think you did well on those 2, man. Well done. The team with my name in it. I'm over Rig winning.
Me too, man. I'll tell you what. If you were over Rig winning, you would have switched these keepers so you could actually compete to win.
Oh man, I'll let you go on that note. Why you say that?
I get that Acuna is super good. I get it. I get the appeal to want to keep him. But man, the value says you could have kept Marte and a Rosarina. Not choose between them. I know you were choosing between them for a long time. Keep both of them. Let Acuna go to someone else. You're still going to get a first-round caliber guy in the first round, believe it or not.
The one thing I'll say for him, though, is that the combination of Marte and Ozuna is good. because Marte covers.
Rosarania.
No, he didn't keep Rosarania. He kept Marte and he kept Azuna.
Acuna.
Yeah. Did I say
You said
Azuna?
Azuna.
Oh yeah, Acuna. It's good because Marte covers the strikeouts up. Marte is probably like one of the lowest K rate dudes in the entire league. Like he never strikes out. So he covered his bases in the sense
Is Marte going to be leading off for the Diamondbacks?
I mean, is there anybody that can? I mean, he'll be in the top 3, won't he? Will he not be? I don't know either. I don't know for sure. I wouldn't see why not though. They don't have anybody else that's even caliber. Do they?
Marte.
Yeah, Marte.
Oh no, Marte's in Miami. Marte's in Miami Marlins.
Oh, Starling Marte. Yeah, yeah, Marte. We're talking about Marte. Yeah, they had double Martes last year.
Marte Parte.
Yeah, but no, I was dogging it because I come to the conclusion that you were taking a Rosarania too, and I came to believe myself that was better. But
dude, round 23 for Rosarania is better. It really
round
is.
20, but the Marte pick's like 18, isn't it? He still gets Marte really low. 18, yeah.
Yeah, 18 and 23. And
Yeah.
you still get your first round pick.
You're saying we keep them both.
Yes.
Yeah. I hear
Yes.
you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. You got the guy who's Toolsy, arguably the best guy in baseball. You can make that conversation.
You would have had a stacked lineup. You really would have.
I don't know.
I promise you would have.
If you're keeping Acuna,
If you
keeping
want to
Marte
win the
was
league,
the answer. I
you
think.
need to have more assets than that. You would have had assets out the freaking
But where's his
wazoo.
pick at? So who's he looking at if he's
Well, he's
picking
drafted
that first pick?
12th overall.
Yeah, so he's still there at that pick.
Harper?
Maybe Harper, maybe Yelich if you like Yelich.
Bellinger's pre-ranked.
No, he got capped.
Did he?
Yeah, he got capped. The
Oh yeah, he did.
all the pitchers, most of the higher end pitchers, your
Well, DeGrom's gone. Cole.
DeGrom, Cole's up there.
Bieber.
Bauer's
Bieber
up
got
there.
kept.
Bieber got kept.
Bauer.
Scherzer is up in there. I don't know.
It's lots of dudes.
And
Man.
we talked about, like I already said earlier, like keeping around one dude's hard, but
It is.
you balanced him out right with the Marte. Definitely thought you're going to go Rosarania. I think Horn's right. It's definitely nice
This
to
is the
keep
first
that
year I
dude.
think we've only had 2 people keep guys in round 1.
There's
Every other
usually
year,
more?
it's definitely more.
So yeah, and then so who else could he possibly kept? We already talked about Rosarania. He had Cabrian Hayes too for free.
Yeah, but the Pirates suck so bad. That's dicey. I get the 23, like that's basically free, but
And some of his
he's an
some of what he
unproven
showed-
dude and a terrible team.
Some of what he showed last year was kind of over his head. I don't know. You can bank on him being.
Yeah,
as good
his
as
power
he
numbers
was.
in the minors didn't align with his power numbers in the majors
Yeah.
last year. And this year they're going to a dead ball,
Yeah.
a more dead ball.
The only other interesting dude I got here, Alberto Mondesi is round 5. Ugh, everybody has an opinion on that guy in fantasy, and
Very divisive player.
yeah, I could never pick him. Trey Mancini, round 22. He's the only other guy I was thinking theoretically, but then you're still banking on a guy coming
Mancini
back.
will give you versatility and dependability, I feel like.
Well, dependability, you would hope, but you don't. I mean, this guy's coming off of freaking cancer. What's the deal? Well, yeah. So we got that deal, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think Horn and I are in agreement that we think you could have done a little better, but I don't feel like these are horrible by any means.
I was surprised. I really did think
I was a little surprised too. I thought you were seeing a Rosarania Acuna, honestly, but he thought you should have just went the low guys.
only because I've actually texted Clark about it. I know that he was tied to Marte. Like, I don't know. There's like a bond there. They have a bond.
There's that fun. Well, he's
Yeah,
second base eligible too, right?
Yeah.
I freaking hate second base this year.
TB and OF.
Yeah,
2B and OF.
2B. Yep. And now we'll move on to the Central Avenue Tigres.
It's the same as last year.
Freaking
Just watch
Tigres
the last year's
running
video.
it back one more time. The funny thing is he's been keeping hitters when like all he drafts is pitchers. And
Well,
all he loves
That's
is
why.
pitchers.
I mean, I feel like it's advantageous.
It's a horrible. There's not a horrible standpoint.
I want to say I glanced at your keeper options yesterday, and it was pretty straightforward.
cut and dry?
Yeah. I mean, LeMahieu, Hendricks in round 23.
He traded
I mean, talk about not paying for saves. That's literally the definition. Not paying
Yeah,
for saves.
for the
He's one of the top 2 save guys.
arguable best save guy. Yeah, the he had he Cronenworth and Dominic Smith off of me last year. Both those guys are up in the air a little on their playing time, so I understand there. Castellanos around 5.
LeMahieu's going to be hitting the top of a Yankees order that's going to score a lot of runs. This dude is a high average, high OBP.
He's
He's
good.
going to score a lot of runs. Hendricks is going to dominate. The White Sox going to have a lot of save opportunities. Hendricks is going to be first in line for all of those opportunities. I see why you did it.
Oh yeah, it's not much to talk about. And LeMahieu gets a boost in our league too. I just think that he's perfect for this league. And triple eligibility.
Yeah, I was going to say, because 2019 eligibility, he's rocking first, second, and third.
Yeah. He has Pomerantz in round 8. I think without those other guys, Pomerantz in round 8 is interesting.
Leo, we were talking about someone dethroned this guy. This year could be your year. Do it!
He could have kept Scherzer in round 1. I get it. Carlos Carrasco in round 8. God, can you believe Carlos
Picking
Carrasco?
at 13 in a row, you're not going to get Cole, and you're not going to get Bauer. I can tell you that right now.
He picked Yates in round 3 last year, and Ozuna in round 4.
But that's with keepers. Like, there's a lot of pitchers that were off the board. A lot of dudes were already off the board.
Oh, yeah, well, kind of. I don't know, that's really early for... I guess it's for our league.
Kirk H is coming off the Padres, like, league
we have demonstrated that this league does draft the closers really high. Anyways.
Yeah. So for you newbies, right there, closers kind of go.
Yeah, I mean, you got 16 teams, right? So saves, they're hard to come by. Especially saves attached to guys that are reliable. And
they're hard to come
by
in the draft. They're not... If you are like him, he doesn't pay for saves. He picks them up throughout the year. Even if they're terrible, he'll throw them for a couple days, get 2 saves, and drop them. Or 3 saves and trade them. Like, you can get saves.
I will say, don't get hung up on dudes that just get saves, though.
Well, this year, there's a lot of committees. You can actually get 5 to 10 saves from probably 10 different teams. Like, the Phillies have 3 guys that can potentially get saves. The Rays have 3 or 4 guys that can potentially get saves. You can get one of them. They'll give you good ratios and a few saves in there, along with holds. I feel like those guys that give you 15 holds, potentially 5 saves, are undervalued. They are very undervalued.
I mean, he said about the saves, like, I don't pay for them. I did pay for them last year a little bit. I got Nick Anderson in, like, round 6 or something.
And he had 5 saves all season.
That's all Nick Anderson had. And that's the only guy coming out of the draft that was guaranteed saves for me.
He wasn't guaranteed saves.
He wasn't even guaranteed saves, per se. But I ended up, guess who led the league in saves? This guy.
Because he didn't.
So they're out there, man. They do prop up.
Who did you pick up?
Setup guys.
Who did you pick up
that was like legit good?
That ended up turning.
Jeremy Jeffress was really good.
I drafted Melanson, like, hating it, but he ended up being my best closer.
Yeah, it was Jeffress, the Cubs guy. He got mad saves. Matt Barnes, when they did the swap.
The Red Sox thing? Oh,
yeah,
God,
Matt Barnes. Oh, crap, the dude who's now the closer for the Marlins.
Garcia?
No.
Or Bass.
Bass, yeah. A-Bass, baby. A-Bass. Oh, I love that guy. A-Bass, he was good every time he came out. I think there was another guy, too. Well, I had the other part of the committee. Diego Castillo, I think, got a couple saves.
Well, you had Nick Anderson, you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Diego Castillo and Nick Anderson, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I got a couple more of those.
Well, I think Castillo is the lead runner this year. I think he's the guy going.
Him or Fairbanks. Fairbanks is in the
they're saying like Castillo, Anderson,
Fairbanks, yeah. Yeah.
But, the Rays bullpen, you really can't go wrong. Those dudes all give you super good ratios.
They are all good. This league should draft almost at least 5 to 6 deep relief pitchers out of that bullpen, don't you think? There's at least 5 to 6 of them that are good.
They shouldn't be available.
And they should be drafted. Yeah, they should be freaking drafted. They're good. That was Central. We don't need to talk about him anymore. Backdoor Slidarians. Travis, welcome to the league, sir.
Here's the Bellinger keep.
There's the Bellinger keep. Yeah, Bellinger was kept the year before, too.
I have to ask because I don't know. Are you a Dodgers fan? Because the Ryu, former Dodger, Bellinger,
Dodger. Double Dodge. I don't know. I think he's just a fancy guy. I think he's just looking for value.
I gotta say, Ryu is kind of underrated. A lot of people don't like him because of whatever happened with the Dodgers and then going to Toronto thinking that he was going to fall off a cliff. But he did not. He did not fall off a cliff.
He stayed on the cliff. He didn't fall.
He actually was a solid fantasy contributor.
Dude, he was good.
And you're actually showing some fantasy knowledge by keeping him.
Yes, sir. I think he did good. Bellinger in round 3, I mean, you don't even got to talk. We didn't have to talk about that last year.
Well, he's pre-ranked in the top 20 this year, and you're getting him around 3, so that's pretty much a win.
And a guy with top 5 upside. Easy.
The shoulder is worrisome, but if the shoulder's not a thing, then you're going to be good to go.
Yeah, I love it. Freaking Stanton in round 8. There's your Yankee guy again.
Yeah.
Do you keep standing around him? You like Stanton. You actually like him.
I love the discount on those guys. I really do.
That's a discount. Don't you think?
I love the discount on those guys. Man, I feel like that's freaking tantalizing.
I mean, but more tantalizing than not more than these two. Not to me.
Well, the thing with the Dodgers is their offense is just so. I mean, like the Yankees, their offense is so explosive, so potent. Like I feel like if they're healthy and they're in, it's a cinch that they're going to get the numbers.
Yeah,
it really is.
Ryan Presley in round 7, one of the more reliable closer guys coming through. That's an interesting non-kick.
Are they trying to get a closer at the season? Because Ozuna's not on the team anymore. He's a free agent. Yeah. Is he a guy that they would sign back?
In theory.
So Presley's not a guy that's guaranteed.
He has arm issues, though, dude. He never had it. Yeah, but like he had some kind of arm thing and he didn't get it fixed, and
he's got other issues.
Yeah, and he beat up women or something. He did something like stupid. I don't know. I would have a hard time hanging a freaking hat on him.
Well, I'm keeping Presley in a dynasty league, so I'm hoping he's the guy moving forward. But I honestly don't know if they're trying to replace him or if they're trying.
I think you're good.
If they start winning a lot of games, I wouldn't put it past them to try and add a bullpen arm that's a closer type guy.
Maybe, but I don't necessarily think it offsets Presley because he's been dynamite.
He didn't start off dynamite last year.
No, but he got there. He got there.
He was shaky.
I think you're okay. I think you'd be able to bank him as a top 5 like safety guy, closer wise.
He scares me, but I have to have faith he's going to be good.
Uni and Wings, this is all you, buddy. Let's see. You decided to keep Alex Boone. That's one of my guys last year, and Trevor Rosenthal in round 20 deuce. Who could you keep? Luke Voigt in round 13. He's an interesting guy. There's some profit to be had there.
Yeah, he led the league in homers last year.
I can see you kind of wrestling with that one a little.
He was one of the reasons my team was able to. I was between 10th and 15th for a chunk of the season, and I was able to finish 4th. You were talking about PSAs earlier. PSA: if you're under 10th place in the league, it is possible to finish at the top, but you have to stay dedicated. Please don't quit. Please.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna put up before a couple draft tips and stuff. We'll talk about it a little when we're done here too, going through the teams. But yeah, I mean, like we know what all the winning teams have ever done as far as ad drops and
here's a spreadsheet that gives you the information of what actually wins.
Yeah, and it's pretty consistent. So, I mean, there's definitely a rule book on how to win this league. Dylan Carlson, round 22, pick 9. That's a lot of people love him.
Carlson actually is in the mix to be in the top of the order.
Yeah, Winky.
And I didn't consider him only because the bomb contact rate, the bomb average OBP, it just seemed to be at another level.
Young guy floor, you can't beat.
And the Phillies, roster wise, are gonna play him.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna question playing him. Nope. They're gonna put him in a decent spot in the order.
He has 1B, 3B too. That's nice.
Because of the 2019 stuff.
Yeah.
So that's actually a little bit of a plus
1B, 3B. Dylan Carlsonian, yeah. Winker in the last round is an interesting dude. Trey Turner beat Nimmo.
Trey Turner.
17.
If it wouldn't have been for round 3, Trey Turner, I think I probably would have done it. Obviously, being the 15th pick in the first round, getting Trey Turner the 15th pick is appealing.
Yeah.
And he's a great player, but I really did this as a thing. Like, I just wanted to play fantasy differently than the past 2 years.
Well, as I was going to say, you went away from locked in upper value this year.
Yeah.
You went for freaking cashing in overall value picks.
And moving forward, I suggest you guys do the same.
You think that's better?
I think your team is more robust when you can keep even a middle tier guy that has a last end value. Your team is just more robust. You're going to have more options. Obviously, there's attrition. Guys get hurt. If you have more better guys to start, I limited myself last year by keeping top end guys. Turner had a great season. Yeah. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. But I feel like I could have progressed more, further, however you want to say it, if I had a deeper roster as opposed to one singularly great guy.
The differential between the round 1 picks typically isn't that great. So, you keep
I gotta say, these past 3 seasons, the pre-ranks, what they do in the first round, have been really good. That always hasn't been the case with Yahoo. I remember...
Oh, you think Yahoo nailed it? last couple of years.
They have. They really have. I mean, obviously injuries creep up and whatever, but there were years where like Ellsbury was a top rounder, and he wasn't. He just wasn't. Like you're going back like 5, 6, 7 years now, but there were rounds where Yahoo rankings just really missed. But these past few, they've been really
Getting
good.
better with age. You could have kept Crochet. I get why you didn't. Pablo Lopez is an interesting dude in the last round. I'm sure you thought about him a little. Maeda in round 11, not bad.
A little bit.
Fran Bar got hurt. I know he might have been in the conversation.
Well, I want to say from October, November-ish, my keepers were Baum and Valdez, and about 2 weeks ago,
He broke a finger.
well, no,
The
even
whole
before
season.
he broke the finger, I started because Rosenthal was creeping up draft boards, creeping up. He signed with the A's, and then he shot up draft boards.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to be the unquestioned closer. He's going to be
He's got DTD, brother.
yeah. Well, that don't matter. It's just a growing thing. He's fine.
And then Wander, you have Wander in round,
But
round
then
16.
when Valdez got hurt, it was a cincher. Like, I got to switch. Like, I want Rosenthal. Talk about not paying for saves. If you're going to get a top-tier saves guy in 23rd round, I think it's definitely value. And I'd done probably 6 to 7 mock drafts. Granted, they were 12-team mock drafts. But every time that tier of players came up where Rosenthal was going, I wanted to pick other players than Rosenthal. And it's like, man, I feel like if I can get Rosenthal 23rd round and still get the dudes I want in that round, I need to do it.
That's cool. And then we're on team 16 now. This is an easy one, right?
There was like 3 teams I predicted to a team. This team,
I mean, there was no
team
predicting here.
name, Brian's team, Wahoo Maniacs. I mean, I knew mine. I kind of knew his. This didn't surprise me at all. Go
Bill
ahead.
set up for this freaking 2 years ago, man. I'm freaking the Tatis came from me on a trade 2 years ago, and then he had what he had. And then when he took Bieber wasn't anything crazy. I mean, what did he get him in 14? And then Bieber gradually rose up here, and now he would have been drafted in round 1, I think. So it's
The CBS guy, Scott White, if you guys follow CBS at all, Scott White actually has Bieber pre-ranked before DeGrom and Cole, and has done mock drafts and real drafts like Tout and whatnot, and actually selected Bieber before these other guys.
So that leaves Bill with 2, what did we say? 4 top 17 picks. Yeah, 4 top 17 picks.
Yeah,
Because these guys are ranked in that zone.
Yeah, they're pre-ranked in the top 10, then he has 16 and 17, so he's going to have 4 of the top 17 picks no matter what.
Right, so value...
I said this about Leo, I'm going to say it against you. If you don't win this year, this is the year.
This was a
is
second
the
place team.
opportunity.
This was a second place team last year, too. This wasn't a
is the
team that
opportunity
slept
for
on.
you to sweep this guy under the rug.
You could.
Surpass him.
Get
one of these gold balls.
Hands down.
Actually, get one of these gold balls, because this is the new gold
new
paint.
paint job.
This is the old gold.
Old gold.
You can tell this is more glossy, a lot more
Gold,
sexy.
gold.
A lot more sexy than Kyle Hendricks, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, no, dude. I think anybody would agree that you're coming in with the greatest set of package deal here. I think you were last year too. It's just,
Are these his keepers?
pretty, bro.
Is he running the same keepers?
yeah,
back?
the same 2 keepers. Yeah. So why wouldn't you? That's fantastic. But if you go by the sheet, I'll put it up for you guys. I always do the value calculations, and the value's just the Yahoo rank versus where we're gonna actually get them at in our drafts. And, that's actually down to the pick. Our best profit guy in that sense was Wahoo Maniacs. Actually, he's the dude that kept Grisham and Plesac. He had a 517 differential between their actual ADPs. And
I gotta say, I'm actually surprised by
thanks.
that. I thought that I would easily get that. I thought I would easily, and I was third.
And you were third, yeah. The second was Central Avenue with his LeMahieu and Hendricks. He got 486 pick profit, and then it's followed by Matt with Bohm and Rosenthal. I think there was the only 2 teams that. But no, Leo didn't keep the late round guys. You were the only 2 teams that did the 22-23. You and Brian. So that's another reason why it's so high. Then it jumped to Bear and Squirrel, got 388 with a 19 rounder and 12 rounder and Tucker and Alonzo, and then. A lot of people are slotted in the 250, 260 range. And then on the flip side of that, freaking B Fox came with the Shanky team. He had negative pick profit.
Ugh.
Last year we had one team with negative pick profit. That was Wahoo Maniacs.
Yeah, but those
so
picks actually
they
really
worked out.
did hit. He had
hit.
Machado and Kershaw, and they were pre-ranked lower.
They were lower. Yeah, they were pre-ranked lower than he had to keep them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they hit. They
I mean,
hit.
it hit. I mean, was it better than what he would have got there plus the other guys? Hard to say. But they did hit. It wasn't like he kept them and they sucked after that.
Was it career year for Machado last year?
I don't know if it was career year, but it was a big step forward from the previous.
God.
Yeah, I mean,
He was freaking sleepwalking that first year in San Diego.
Yeah, yep. Other mediocre teams in terms of value, Brawny, we knew Brawny would because he kept Real Muto in 4, but DeGrom in 2. You know, he just kept upper level dudes, so the pick profit wasn't there to be had. And then Cole Gang only got a pick profit of 52 because he kept relatively high guys too with Hendricks and Xander in round 2. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know, Horn, you can assess the whole thing, but I was blown away by you guys' keepers this year compared to last year. I mean, I remember sitting through this video and just blessing everybody for being dumb. But
Did you rewatch
I can't
that?
do
You
it.
told me you rewatched that.
I watched it.
just to get schooled
I
up.
watched it a couple weeks ago. I don't remember it as much, but I just remember being appalled by a few. But this year, not so much. And even the one that was shaky with Olsen was Shanky's team. So you get it. I do think you should have kept Suarez, but yeah, no. All in all, man, I was impressed. Surprised there wasn't a lot of pitching kept because it does seem like a lot of you guys really like the pitching.
Only 10 starters kept throughout
Yeah,
16.
10.
Well, throughout 32 possible keepers, only 10 starting
Yeah.
pitchers kept.
That's surprising to me, especially in the year where, again, like you were saying, it seems like everybody's hyping the pitching more than ever. So, that's wild. That's good, though, man. I'm impressed. I think this will be a good season. I'm excited about the new managers, especially, and even the second year, third year guys that are interested and engaged.
I gotta say, I haven't played obviously with the new managers before, but I'm actually expecting the league to be more competitive.
Yeah.
Because I know of the guys that were losing. They just, whether it was unresponsive or just not filling their roster when they needed to. Like, one of the teams had 3 dudes with career years 2 years ago and finished, what, 10th?
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, freaking, you're talking about Jeff, right?
Yeah,
Jeff's team.
I forget what his team name was, but he made a
Yosemite's.
yeah, he made a good trade 2 years ago.
Yeah, he fleeced you.
I traded him Strasburg for Josh Bell. Josh Bell was having a great year. I was like, you know what? I'm missing. Josh Bell is exactly what my team was missing. Traded straight for Strasburg, Josh Bell. Josh Bell tanked the rest of the season. His team had Bellinger, had another dude,
he had Henji Ryu come out of nowhere.
Ryu. He had Strasburg, who had a career year.
Yeah.
And he had, 2
I
other
think
hitters.
he had Cole. He had Cole, too. He used to keep Cole.
But there was 2 other hitters that were career year hitters. And dude didn't even sniff the top 5.
Mm-mm.
Like, you guys have to be better than that.
Yeah.
You just have to be.
I mean, that's a good segue because like, we were talking about like what you need to worry about for the draft and the league in general. For you guys that play the head-to-heads and stuff like that, it's not like head-to-heads. The one thing that you have to make sure you do is accumulate. Most of the stat categories are accumulation-based. You have to accumulate. Don't let your team go weeks without accumulating certain things. Get an
innings.
assessment.
Make sure you get your innings. There were, obviously last year was a weird year, but we allow you to pitch 1,400 innings. On the last, when you get to that threshold, you can max out. Like, say you're at 1393. You know you have 7 innings left. You can max out your starting pitching. Throw all those guys and get 1,430 worth of innings.
You can go up, a little bit more. At that point, it doesn't matter that much. But yeah.
And if you're getting a strikeout per inning, you're going to be near the top of the league in strikeouts.
Yeah, you need. Well, just put it another way. You need a strikeout per inning to compete.
To even compete.
Yeah, with the teams that win have a strikeout per inning. You can see it in spreadsheets and stuff. And the strikeout per inning numbers go up every year.
I want to say the past 3 years it's been a new record every year.
Yeah, it's been a new record every year. I mean, a lot
Granted,
of us,
that's indicative of MLB because it's
True.
just a lot more strikeouts. But
yeah,
you need to pay attention. You can't be minus 100 on your strikeout to inning ratio and expect to be good.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, if you can keep that even, you're good. A lot of teams will carry 1.5 above that. A lot of times, my team was dynamite last year on the K rate, and I think Conrad still beat me. A lot of those come out of the relief pitching too. The dudes that come in for 1 inning and mow 2 guys.
I would say
that's big time.
The teams that win, the teams that compete, they run a full complement of relief pitchers.
You need to worry about relief pitchers. Yeah, you need to.
Like, and you even try to find the guys that are relief pitchers that have starting pitching eligibility, so you can run an additional one when you're not throwing starting pitchers.
Yeah,
you can run
SPRP
additional.
matters in this league.
It does.
SPRP. So yeah, those guys can be sneaky good. Utilize every roster spot, and by every roster spot, I mean DL, and NA too. You can sit on a dude on an NA. Or for those who don't know, NA is the designation they give for anybody who's still in the minors. When they bring them up on the roster, they lose the NA. What that means to you is you have to put them on your main roster, which means you typically have to drop a guy. But that means you can wait on these prospects. It makes your Wander Francos, your Jared Kelenics worth grabbing during the draft because you can wait on them. You don't have to lock up a bench spot the whole year. You can just sit on them. Another thing, this Yahoo is interesting because it removes it entirely. I know the one, you can't shift them out real easily, but worry about that.
Well, this year,
DL.
I want to say we made the change a year or two ago that you can add players directly to the DL. So if a guy is on the DL and you want to add, you don't got to drop a guy. You just add him to the DL. I think it's the same thing with NA.
I think it might be, but I'm not. I never remember that. But yeah, you can add them directly, so you don't even got to drop a guy to add them to those lists. To play them and get points from them, though, you need a real roster spot. But yeah, use those spots. The people that do really well, use those spots. Again, it's about being active, utilizing every freaking resource you have to go better. What else is there worth saying? Like I said, engagement.
Activity. If you look at the teams that are in the end at top 5, most of the times they have 80, 90, 100, 120 drops. Add drops.
It's more than that.
You had 150 last year in a shortened season.
Yeah, but it's 150, 200, I think, as an average for a number 1 team in a normal season.
But transactions. You can't have a stagnant roster. I want to say 0.0001% of the time you can draft a team that's going to win.
I think it's been done. I think Mealy didn't have to do much.
It was what, 2014?
There's a couple times
7 years ago.
It's really hard to do. Really hard to do. And everything that we have as far as correlation data says that the draft doesn't matter that much, which means to winning. So it's more weighted towards
it's activity. The draft. You got to trade. You got to do ad drops. You got to keep up with your rosters. If you play fantasy baseball at all, you should know this. Some of these dudes in this league, this is the only league they play in, so they don't get the versatility, like the viewpoints from different aspects.
Yeah.
But you got to be active. Streaming starting pitchers, it's a thing. It really does help.
If you're busy and you're like I don't have the time to keep up with it activity wise, just make sure you have guys in your positions that are playing each day. Start there. Because that puts you ahead of half the managers that have ever been in this league. Just make sure you got dudes that are playing all the time.
But this guy, he'll actually, when he knows a guy is sitting, he'll add the second part of the platoon and play that
sometimes,
guy.
Yeah. Especially for catcher. I rotate catchers last year a lot. But, yeah, they lock down when the dude starts for the day. Or when the team starts for the day for each player. So you can wait till, the dude's about to start if you have time and jump in 10 minutes before.
Yahoo's pretty good with announcing lineups 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the game starts.
Yeah.
Sometimes an hour and a half before the game starts. When lineups come out. They're pretty good with letting you know who's playing, who's not playing.
Yeah.
So if you're attentive, Wednesday there's early games. Check early if you can.
Yes, sir.
It's simple stuff. It really is. So
it's simple, but you're making a commitment to winning this league. If you're going to make a commitment to winning, you're going to have to devote some time. I'm not going to make it.
I'll tell you right now. He reads articles. He listens to podcasts. Yeah. He's not just winging it, reading the free agency notes. He actually has more knowledge. He's gonna seek out more information. If you want to beat him, which is the goal of this league, you're gonna have to do the work.
If you want to win, really have to win. Beat me happens to be the current winner. But
I'll tell you what. The one thing that this guy hates, absolutely hates, at the end of the season, paying out money. When he gets first place, he pays out less money. He puts all this money right into his bank account, and at the end of the season, he doesn't want to pay out the money. So when he gets first in all these leagues, he doesn't pay out as much. Get first. Make him pay out the money. Do it.
Yeah, no, I don't like doing it, but I'll pay you if I gotta pay you, man. If you earn it, And you're going to have to earn it because there's a lot of guys in this league that are going to work hard to freaking win.
Wow, how
For
many
sure.
years is this year 12 or 13? I don't even know.
It's like 12, 13. Yeah, we've been around a
He's
while.
won 6 times. He's won about half of the time. Don't let it happen again. We've been over this.
It's more than 6, dude. I think it's 7 or 8.
You've won 6 times.
I thought it was 7. No, it's more than that, dude. I think it is. Anyways, yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, especially new guys, let me know. I'll be happy. I mean, I'll tell you anything you ask. I'm not going to volunteer information, but if you ask me a question, I'll tell you the answer. I mean, I'm an open book, man. I want to play in a league where everybody's freaking dominant and freaking hard to beat.
We're talking to you, Bob and Swish. We're talking to you. Be dominant. Actually, make good decisions.
Yeah. Leo put the gauntlet down them dudes. Saying if they win, what do you say? He's going to get a new league or something? If they win. But
if this league ever folds, which I was actually thinking about this, I was like, man, if this league ever goes wide, we should do like because we have 16 teams, we should split it up. 8 teams do an AL only, 8 teams do an NL only, and then whoever wins each year, they get the choice. Like, oh, I want to do AL again, I want to do NL again. Like they have the choice of like if they want to switch leagues or stay. Like that'd be freaking fantastic.
I've never done that's gotta be a
NL
challenge.
only, AL only.
Yeah,
I've never done it either.
So much deeper.
But it's so intriguing. Listen to these podcasts. They talk about AL only auctions and like NL only auctions. Like this year, if you're doing an AL only auction, the top 2 starting pitchers are Bieber and Cole, and they're going for freaking astronomical amounts because all the pitching is in the National League.
National League falls off.
It's crazy, but yeah.
Anything else? What else is there? Horn's having a draft here. Thanks to him and his wife Christina for letting us come over. It sounds like we have at least six to 7 dudes. Some of them are Swisher and Bob, so that probably means 4 or 5.
Well, last year they said they're coming to Millie's, and they put a no-show.
Yeah.
But I want to say, next week the draft starts at 1. If you guys want to do something beforehand, that's fine. I actually wanted to advocate going over to Glad's, do the hitting cage. I don't know, 10 a.m. Let's go over and hit. If you guys want to hit, I'll throw. I'll hit. I don't care. I got a bucket of balls. I got a bat. We'll go over. We'll hit. If not, 11 o'clock, we'll have food. We'll do lunch, wings, whatever. We'll try and do a conglomerate thing.
Yeah, we're going to get some food.
Everyone bring something. We'll do a freaking spread. Everyone gets what they want. I'll get beer. And then have just freaking good time.
Let's just do it. Yeah, it's going to be cool, man. Like we always say, man, doing the draft in person, even with other people, man, it's a blast. Freaking, it's fun. That's the best part. That's one of the best parts of fantasy, in my opinion, the drafts, when you can get people together. It's not always been easy in this league, but
we've had so many people at distance. Like Doug lives in Georgia, and Joe Crow in Pittsburgh, and Shanky in Florida now. But Shanky's gone, so we have one person closer.
He's in Connecticut, but yeah,
Connecticut.
But it's great, dude. Come out. I'm trying to think of something else. I'm blanking on. Oh yeah, bring it back if you can. I mean, we don't have trouble with Wi-Fi here that I know of at Horns.
There you go, Clark. Number 3 done.
Bring a backup. Bring a backup device if you can. If you got like a laptop,
phone and a tablet, laptop and a phone.
If you only have a phone, I'm going to tell you right now, try your best to get something different than a phone. Just because it's very difficult to draft on the app. I feel like you want to try to draft and still have stuff you can do.
On the iPad app, it's fine.
It's just I like to be able to see more stuff, and I think you can as easily on there. But each their own. But in the event that something would happen with the Wi-Fi for anyone, just let me know. ASAP, we can pause the draft. It's not too crazy to do that. Done it before.
And again, just beat this guy.
Just beat this guy.
I'm going to try my best. I really have. I've been listening to podcasts every day, multiple podcasts every day since February 1st. Multiple podcasts every day since February 1st to try and load up as much information as I possibly can to beat this guy.
You do that every year.
Do the same. Do the same.
You do that every year.
That's not true. I don't.
But, all right. Cool. That was a long one. All right, dudes. See some of you next week. Study up. If you have questions, ask.
Let us know if you're showing up because we don't have a big party.
Later.